This question tests the sequence of steps in enterprise risk management, ERM, specifically in a continuous risk management process. The key phrase is, what step should an organization take first, which means we must identify the starting point of the ERM cycle. In ERM, risk management is not random. It follows a structured sequence. The organization must first understand its purpose, direction, and goals before it can identify, assess, or control risks. Without clear strategy and objectives, it is impossible to determine what risks are relevant or what level of risk is acceptable. So the question is fundamentally about foundational planning versus execution steps. 2. Choice section. Analyze and explain to students the choices and choose correct answers. Control previously identified risks. This is a later stage activity. Risk control happens after risks are identified and assessed, so it cannot be the first step. B. Establish a risk management budget. Budgeting supports risk management implementation, but it is not the starting point of ERM. Strategy must come first. C. Establish its strategy and objectives. This is the correct answer. ERM begins with defining organizational strategy and objectives, because risk identification and evaluation depend on what the organization is trying to achieve. Without objectives, risk cannot be properly defined or prioritized. D. Monitor and communicate results. Monitoring and reporting occur at the final stage of the ERM cycle, after risks have been identified, assessed, and treated. Correct answer. C. Establish its strategy and objectives. This question tests understanding of risk response strategies in risk management, especially how financial instruments are used to manage uncertainty. The key scenario is: a rice farmer faces price fluctuations at harvest time. The farmer uses rice options to protect against this risk. The key idea is that the farmer is not eliminating the activity, farming, nor ignoring the risk. Instead, the farmer is using a financial derivative, options, to manage exposure to price changes. This suggests a transfer or distribution of risk rather than elimination. So we must identify which risk response strategy best describes using options to manage price risk. 2. Choice section. Analyze and explain to students the choices and choose correct answers. Avoidance. This means eliminating the risk entirely by not engaging in the activity. For example, the farmer would stop growing rice. This is not the case here, so incorrect. B. Reduction. This involves decreasing the likelihood or impact of risk through internal actions, e.g., improved farming techniques. Options do not reduce the risk itself. They offset financial exposure, so this is not the best answer. C. Sharing. This is the correct answer. Risk sharing involves transferring part of the risk to another party, often through financial contracts such as options, futures, or insurance-like instruments. By purchasing options, the farmer shares price risk with the market counterparties. D. Acceptance. This means knowingly taking the risk without action. Since the farmer actively uses options, this is not acceptance. Correct answer. C. Sharing.